Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Shelly, and today I want to talk to you about life. Yeah, life. I want to talk to you about YouTube, my channel, different channels that I've done, and I want to give you some encouragement. So, my name's Shelly. This is my channel, Shelly Lynn. I'm happy that you're here. I am a 50 something, almost 60-year old Gen Xer with no retirement. The only thing that I have to rely on is Social Security. I'm going to tell you my story. I'm going to share it with you, and I'm going to encourage you. So, my story is I grew up on a farm. I spent my entire life working on that farm. I milked cows for years. I started when I was 12. Now, please don't go, ooh. They didn't overwork me, they just taught me work ethic. I learned work ethic. I learned what hard work is. I learned how to work. I think a lot of people these days, younger generations, sorry if I step on your toes, you don't know what work is. You don't know what hard work is. You don't know what work ethic is. I see it so many times when I walk into places. I'm going to give you, I mean, I could give you examples. I go and order my coffee, and, there's two people standing there, and one's on her phone, and the other one is like, la di da di da, work ethic. Okay, not going to beat that dead horse. So I milked cows up until we decided it was not monetarily feasible anymore. We were losing money, to be honest. So we decided to sell the cows. And we sold the cows 2013. And I was lost. I had lost my identity. Everything I had was wrapped up in that identity. I'd done it forever. I lost my identity. I lost my job. I laid in bed for 6 months and didn't know what to do with myself. When I say I laid in bed, I mean, like, I was the kind of person who was up every morning at 4:30 to go milk cows and to, go do things. But at this point, I was laying in bed till 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. My husband would go to work and he would come home and I'd still be in bed. And he was like, wow, you know. So that was 2013. 6 months later in 2014, a friend stopped by and she said, look, I know you're going through a rough time. I know you need a job. I'm a school bus driver, and the hours would kind of fit you. You could work morning and afternoon. You pick up the kids in the morning, you drop them off in the afternoon, you're free in the middle of the day. It kind of suits the same schedule that you had as milking the cows. So I said, okay, let's give it a try. So I went ahead and I got my certification to drive a school bus, and I started doing that. And I found out that I absolutely loved driving the bus, but I hated driving kids. So this went on. And later on in 2024, I came across, it was the end of the year, I came across a flyer for my local college, local community college. And they had a dog grooming class in there. And I thought, hmm, always wanted to be, to groom dogs. Got to make sure this microphone's working. Always wanted to try this. Love dogs, worked with animals my whole life. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. So I signed up for the class, and I'd wanted to take it before, but I didn't have the money because people, they wanted a lump sum up front, and I just didn't have it. So here with the community college, they broke it down into 4 different segments, and you could pay for them each separately. So it worked great for me. Signed up for the class, found out that I enjoyed it, took the class, and completed the class, and went ahead and moved. I came home, set up a grooming shop, started grooming out of my home. I still drove the bus while I was growing that business. To my surprise, when I first started out, my husband and I were like, okay, if we can just make an extra $100 a week, man, it would be great. It'd be great. And to our surprise, we were making way more than that. It just took off. And then by 2015, May of 2015, no, September 2015, I decided I was quitting my bus driving job, and I went full time with the dog grooming, and I've been doing that ever since. So about 15 years, I've been doing my own dog grooming business. But as I've aged, I realized that you can only do that for so long. It's a very physical job. These people that say, oh my goodness, you get to play with doggies all day. Well, that's really not the reality of it. It's not playing with dogs. It's a mentally and physically challenging job. You're lifting big dogs up and down, and they're struggling with you because they don't want you messing with their paws, or they don't want, I've been bit more times than I can count. I've hurt my back. I've had to go to therapy for that. There's so many things. So you realize as you're aging that you can't do this forever. When I first started it, my thought was, I'm going to do this until I can't do it anymore. I'm going to do this until, I die, because I don't have retirement and I need money coming in. Social Security is not going to cut it. But then, about 5 years, 10 years into it, I realized this isn't going to work. I'm going to have to figure something else out. So I started looking at other things, and I realized that I don't want to work for somebody else. I want my quote unquote freedom. I don't want to have to answer to someone. I don't want to have to tell someone I need a vacation day or I need a sick day. I want it to be all on me. I need that. So I started looking into YouTube because, people are saying, oh, YouTube is where it's at. So I started this channel because I was kind of interested in the prepping movement at the time. And there's still people out there that do it. But I started Shelly's Everyday Adventures, and it was a little bit on, I don't want to say prepping, because it was more like going back to the old ways, like canning and storing stuff, and talking about how when I grew up, my grandparents and I even knew my great grandparents, how they prepared, because we were farmers, and how we prepared for the winter, harvest, all that. So I thought I would do that. And I struggled with that channel for several years, off and on. I got discouraged. I would walk away. I'd get up to 900 subscribers, and then I'd go back down to under 900, and it was back and forth. And I just struggled with it so bad. And I thought, you know. So I started another one. It's a travel channel because I love to travel. I ended up with 41 subscribers. I'm not real good at editing, so I don't edit. What you see is what you get. Then I started this one, Shelly Lynn, and I didn't do anything with it. This is the first video that I'm putting up here. I kind of abandoned it. So that's 3. Finally, last, I want to say October. It was October or November of 2025. I started Crafty Fox Creations by Shelly. And I was motivated by my creative side. Now, I did look around and I realized that selling crafts is probably not going to be a good retirement. Probably not going to be a good retirement plan. People struggle. I had started making crafts, and I was going to craft fairs, and I found out they're a lot like yard sales. You work and work and work and work and prepare and prepare and prepare. Then the day comes and maybe you make the money back for your table or maybe you don't, you know. So I thought, okay, I had never, I wasn't a seamstress or a sewist. I had never really sewn before. I had done a little bit here or there. Um, I had made masks for 2020, but other than that, I hadn't done much with the sewing machine. I had become frustrated with it. I would walk away. I just didn't know. So I thought, okay, I'm going to document my journey of learning to sew. And I'm just going to put it out there. I'm going to create stuff. I'm going to invite people to give me tips and help me understand what's going on here. And I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to be myself. You're going to see me flaws and all. Let's do it. So I started I started that channel, like I said, back in November, but I didn't start doing any work on it until February of 2026. That's when I really started working on the channel. 4 months later, I was monetized. As of today, right now, I think I have 1,538 maybe subscribers. Don't quote me on that. Um, and I have made, it's not been monetized for a month. It took me 4 months to get monetized. It has not been monetized for a full month yet, and I've made $275. Now, you may say, Shelly, $275 is not a lot of money, but let me explain to you how exciting that is to me. It's my fourth channel, it's my fourth try, and I'm so excited about it. And the people on that channel have shown me so much love and encouragement. They have given me tips, they have helped me in my journey. And the main thing that they really like to see is you're real. People want real. People are sick and tired of this fake, put on bullcrap. Oh, there's a peacock coming up behind me. You catch a glimpse of him there. Um, there's a story behind those. I'll tell you those and tell you that in another video. But today, I just want to tell you that my husband says you don't have a quit button. And I think in life, in order to succeed, no, I know that you need to throw your quit button away. I never know when to quit. I just don't know when to quit. And people love that about me and people hate that about me. But it is what it is. So I'm here to tell you today, you go on and you're looking for advice. I know I did. Advice on growing your YouTube channel and doing all of this. And so many times you see, find your niche, find your niche, find your niche, niche down, niche down, niche down. You got to go deeper, dig deeper, dig deeper. No, your niche is you. I really believe that you can find your tribe if you just put yourself out there. There he goes. He's going back. You put yourself out there and be real. People want real. They're craving real. They're seeking real. Is that the magic button? I don't know. I can't tell you that. I can tell you that I did not quit, and today I am monetized. It took me years to figure it out. I hope it doesn't take you years. Do not get discouraged by those people who say, I was monetized in 8 weeks. Well, everybody's story is different. I love those caption or those titles. I was monetized in 8 weeks. Let me show you how you can too. Well, that's not how it works. Everybody is different. Don't let people tell you you're not enough. Don't let people tell you you're not entertaining, that you're not likable, that you don't have anything to say, because you do. You have a lot to say. And I hope you'll subscribe to this channel, and I hope you'll help me grow this channel, because I want to do porch talks and just discuss life and share with others. I hope you'll be here for the next video. Again, you can do it. You can. Will you get rich? No, probably not. Could you make some extra money and supplement your income? Yeah, I believe you can. I have. I did. Did it take me a while? Yes. I explained to my husband, I have a bit of a learning disability, and it takes a while. I know this sounds crazy, but I will watch videos and read books and just cram all this stuff in my head, and it never makes sense. And suddenly, it all comes together and it's there. I don't know how it works. I don't know how my brain works. But suddenly, at some point, it just kind of fits together for me. And I hope this video helps you. I hope it encourages you. That's what it's meant to do. I'm going to get my day started. I know many of you are saying she's not having her coffee. I'm not much of a coffee drinker. I do drink coffee on occasion. My coffee is Dr. Pepper. It's my kryptonite. Enjoy your day. Don't let anybody tell you you're not enough. And chase your dreams. I'll see you in the next video.